listening to Retro Station, a retro game podcast.
Hey baby, are you corn? Because I'd like to shuck the hell out of you.
Hi everybody, welcome to Retro Station, a retro game podcast. I'm David.
I'm Hilary.
And I'm Steven.
And today we're going to be covering Harvest Moon Friends of Mineral Town for the Game Boy Advance. But before that, what have y'all been playing? Anything other than this?
I've just been playing this. I wanted to see if I could make it through a full year of playing it. I did not, but I wanted to see if I could make it. So
Yeah, how far did you go?
I got today like 23 in fall, so I got close to winter, but
Nice.
not quite. I was about a week short. So
I've been playing this. Last night I played a little bit of Baldur's Gate 3, my honor mode run.
How's that going?
Working through. I'm still alive. Working through. I think I'm like level 5 or 6, and I'm working through the Underdark. But
Nice.
yeah, that's about it. Otherwise, life.
Stupid life.
Yeah.
Ruins everything. So I only played one game other than the one that we're playing. It's an arcade game, and I found it literally completely randomly because I have like 1,500 or 2,000 arcade ROMs on the little handheld systems I play, and a good majority of those games on there I haven't even heard of because I am blown away by how many arcade games there actually were, and that's even, I think, a small portion of the ones that exist. So on those things, though, you can usually choose to randomize from a collection, and it'll pull up a game and you can choose to play it or not. And so at one point, a few months ago, I came up with this one. I only played a little bit, and I just decided to play it again because it's interesting. So this is a game called Boogie Wings, or in Japan it was called The Great Ragtime Show. It was published by Data East in 1992. So the setting is kind of World War I era, and it's a shoot 'em up, horizontal shoot 'em up, and you're flying a biplane. This all sounds pretty standard, right? Okay, here's where it gets weird. So the first time I was playing, and of course happened again now, I got shot and I think, well, I'm dead. And I see my guy falling. I'm like, oh, he's going to splat on the ground. No, he does not. This is what's cool about this game. You fall out of your plane and you're running around on foot and you can still shoot at things, and then you can commandeer other vehicles. So you can get, I wrote down everything that you can commandeer. Typed in, whatever, and then you play in the game. You can get motorcycle, jeep, tank, truck, cannon car, train car / locomotive, anti-gun / turret, elephant, camel, horse, ostrich, reindeer, penguin or seal, mechanical dog, or robot animal. And these things are just like around the levels, and you can just get on them. You can shoot the bad guys off of their horse, for instance, and get on their horse and continue on the level. The other thing that's interesting is when you're in your biplane, there's a hook hanging off it, and you can use that to grab other objects and then kind of fling them. I'm not very good at doing it, but you can do that. And it doesn't really seem to matter what size they are. Like, I was in my little biplane and I picked up one of those cannon cars that's probably like 3 times as big as my plane is, and I could fling that around. The levels are super cool. There was this one where I was like flying around inside of I guess kind of like a Zeppelin, and then the Zeppelin started to drop. So I was in like a cargo area, and all the boxes just sort of floated in the air because we're all just falling now. And what I didn't know is further in there was an elephant, so the elephant comes like floating by too, and I'm like shooting the boxes, but there's also exploding red canisters, and you don't want to do those too close to yourself, but if you shoot them near an enemy, great. This game is freaking chaos. It's from one moment to the next, it just is absolutely insane. There's a whole Christmas level where like you have to fight a giant robot mecha Santa, and like there's snowmen you have to blow up. Everything is nuts, and you can play 2 players simultaneous. I didn't do that, but it's pretty hard. I don't think, like, if you're going into an arcade, if you can find one that actually has this in it, I don't know if I'd sit there pumping quarters into it. But if you have one of those ones, like you mentioned on a recent episode, where you can just go in and play for a certain amount of time, or you can download this on MAME, I highly recommend it then, because it is just an insane spectacle. It's just bonkers constantly, and I keep like almost laughing because I'm like, oh god, this is freaking insane, like every bit of it. And the sad thing is this never came out for home console anywhere, not in a compilation, not for anything, at least not in any official way. At the time, the consoles that were out were the 16-bit ones, and I don't think they could have handled this game. The 32-bit ones probably could have, but it still never came out, not here, not Japan, nowhere. So the only way you can do this is through unofficial means. Unofficial memes, I like the official memes personally, but yeah, the only way you can play it is through unofficial means, and MAME works great for that. And yeah, I highly recommend giving it a shot because if you just want to play a game that's bonkers, like it is perfect. It is one of the most chaotic games I've ever played, and just it's a ton of fun. Even though I died a lot. That's why I wouldn't plunk quarters into it over and over again. It's meant to take your quarters, but it's so fun and crazy that I don't even give a shit that I'm dying. It's just it's awesome. So
What was that called again?
Boogie Wings.
Boogie Wings.
Yeah, real weird name. Or the Great Ragtime Show if you get the Japanese version. So, one of them has a Ferris wheel, and you can knock that off of its spokes and it'll go rolling. There's also bad guys on a merry-go-round, so they'll come around and shoot at you while they're facing you. It's so good. It's so ridiculous, but it's so goddamn good. Play this goddamn game if you have a way. Seriously, just don't take it seriously like you have to win. Just go in and be like, this is like the most absurd action movie that has ever existed in the world, and you get to be part of it. Awesome game. So that's my games. Sorry I was talking so fast, but this is just exciting. It was an exciting game, and I couldn't help it. I was talking to match the craziness of the game. Play Boogie Wings. It's an excellent game. I think you'll enjoy the wild chaos of it. Do we have any news?
The Louvre got robbed.
It did.
They robbed
You found
priceless jewels. Apparently, the thieves broke in using a ladder mounted on the back of a truck at 9:30 a.m. local time. So it was like in daylight.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and then they can't even estimate the value. It's French crown jewels. And they expect that it might be the same people that stole about $700,000 worth of
Holy crap.
gold from like a Smithsonian
Wow.
museum recently. So
Sorry about the banging. They're probably robbing our place right now.
yeah.
So that's a ladder crashing up against the side of the house. Sorry about that. We have rare and no, we don't. I don't know what they'd want, but they're here. No video games are stolen though, right?
No video games.
Sweet.
In other non-video game news,
Yeah.
hopefully by the time this comes out, the Seattle Mariners are in the World Series.
Oh God, I love hockey. It's great. Cool.
They're currently up 3-2. And I
Nice.
think they play today in Toronto.
Excellent. Think they're gonna win? Do you have
So
high hopes? I've been to a Mariners game where they played the Toronto Blue Jays,
yeah.
and I thought they were the Toronto Blues, and they're Canadian, so they're the Toronto Blue Jays. But they're not. I was wrong. So, guys, I've been up for like an hour. I'm not. You know what? This episode's gonna be what it's gonna be. Sorry.
But yeah, they went up 2-0 and then in Toronto. And then we're all like, yay. And then they got smashed
Ooh,
here for 2 games. And then we won the
that's not really
the
going to get
next one.
smashed.
This is the last one. So
Hopefully.
yeah, we are up. That's about it. We got 2 games to win 1. That's what it is.
What are the chances of like mid-game, the Padres all showing up with steel chairs and they just go and like start whacking the team they don't like?
Unlikely.
Makes me
It's
sad.
never happened before.
Just give me 1
And
year.
considering I would imagine it would be more likely like the Houston Astros who like just missed the playoffs.
Oh, they're the chair guys. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me 1 year where all the sports would go by wrestling rules. Just 1 year, and I will love it. I'll buy all the jerseys, guys. Come on, work with me on this.
Video game
That's
news.
cool. Yeah, video game news. Do you have any video game news?
I do.
You do.
I do.
Okay, great.
So the Japanese video game designer, I'm gonna botch this name, so I'm so sorry. Tomonobu Itagate?
Tomonobu Itagaki. I think.
Yes.
I
There
think
we
that's
go.
right. I could also be butchering it, and I just sounded more confident doing it.
Yeah. But he's known for doing the Dead or Alive series and reviving the Ninja Gaiden series in 2004. He sadly passed away at the age of 58, so not very old.
That is a bummer. He was in charge of a lot of cool stuff, and probably was wearing sunglasses the whole time when he was doing it.
Yeah.
So it's a shame, but it's a Yeah, it's a bummer. I kept hoping for more Dead or Alive to come out. This doesn't mean that it can't, I suppose. He didn't do all of it by himself, clearly. He had a team, but, he had a certain vision for things, and some people probably liked that and some people probably didn't, but, it was his touch. It was his touch on things, and so I feel like any of these series that come out after him being gone might just feel a little different. So, it's a shame. Pretty young, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
58.
That was the kind of shocking part for me.
Yeah, definitely.
It was announced that PlayStation 4 games in spring of 2026 would no longer be continued to be made. So, which I think is interesting. And it'll be curious to see, now that the Switch 2 just came out about 6 months ago, how long are they going to be producing Switch 1 games?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the PlayStation 4 came out the PlayStation 5 came out 5 years ago.
God, it doesn't seem like that long.
Yeah, in November of 2020. And then PlayStation 4 came out 7 years before that. But to have being made video games for an older system 6 years after the newest system came out seems odd.
Yeah.
Usually I would imagine Nintendo's only going to I bet by June of next year Nintendo stops producing Switch 1 games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my assumption.
I feel, I could be wrong, but it seems to me like there's normally an overlap of like 1 or 2 years.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But
Which seems fair. But
Yeah.
like 6 seems, or 5.5, I guess it would be if it's spring.
yeah.
I would love to get in the weeds on this and figure out like if there are just that many more PS4s that it made sense to keep making them, or if the continuation of making PS4 games was cutting into people buying PS5s, and if Sony may have been unhappy about that. Like, there's all kinds of weird things about this that just kind of, I wonder how it affected the industry in various spots.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if I'll ever know, but yeah, I had never really thought about how long it actually been.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that they're just now doing this is crazy to me almost.
Well, because you have to imagine, like, the PS5 obviously came out for a reason. It was supposedly better than the PS4. I've never played a PS5, so I wouldn't know. I've never played a PS4, so I wouldn't know. But, like, it seems like you're either, I don't know. If you're making, both of them had digital, so that doesn't seem like it would be that big of a deal as far as, like, production. Like, you're not going to lose any money if nobody buys a PS4 copy of the digital version, right? Where, like, if there's tons of PS4 physicals, sitting somewhere. But it does seem weird that you would be like, here's a game with these specs to fit the PS4. And then how are someone supposed to trust that these specs, they also made the same game for the PS5 and that's somehow better?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, to me, like, the specs didn't seem to be huge difference between 4 and 5. I think it's really, like, the controller that was the main difference.
That is a neat controller.
Because the controller on the PS5, like, kind of has, like, a touch screen that you can do some cool stuff with. But I wonder if it's a little bit more of a, like, because now, like, a lot of games that come out will come out across a lot of different systems. And so I wonder if it had a little bit more to do with, like, okay, well, if we're doing this game for the 360 or the Xbox One, if we're doing this game for this system, I wonder if there was a closer crossover to the PS4 than there was the PS5 for some reason.
Yeah.
And that's why they kept going for so long.
I don't know. I mean, it does seem like a nice thing to do because then you're not like, I don't know. It seems like a nice thing for consumers. Like, I don't have to rush out and get a PS5 because they are making stuff for PS4.
Right.
So that's nice. But at the same time, like, if I was a business and I wanted to sell PS5s, then, I'd be like, okay, 4, you're done. Get out.
Yeah, definitely. And it's weird. I mean, there are differences, and I say that, but like, if you just plop me down in front of a game and said, this is either PS4 or PS5, guess which one? I wouldn't probably be able to tell, but kind of famously when Cyberpunk 2077 came out on both the previous generation and now the current generation systems, despite the weird bugs it had, it ran okay on the current systems. On the old systems, it barely ran, and most of them got refunded because it ran so poorly. So there is a difference in processing power, but I don't know to the naked eye, unless you're like right side by side with them, that you're going to be like, oh, this is obviously a PS5 over PS4. I don't know. Some people who are like super like picky about like video stuff might be able to know, and I wouldn't, but I think your average person is not going to be able to look at the graphics and be like, this is definitely the 5 and not the 4. And I can only think of really, I mean, this is just going off the top of my head. There's only like a few games I can think of that are PS5 exclusive that are kind of big games. Like Astrobot is only PS5, but I think that's only because they're using that to kind of show off the PS5. Yeah. They probably could have made it on PS4. Stellar Blade is PS5. There's probably others.
Yeah, I think the ones that are exclusive are utilizing that touchscreen pad.
Yeah, that could be. Maybe the second Horizon game? I don't know. I don't know if that was on PS4 or not. But regardless, yeah, it's not this massive jump. And I think you're right. It's nice that they kept supporting the PS4 for so long. I'm curious if the 5 is going to be as long in the tooth when the 6 or whatever it is they're doing come out. Be interesting.
Wait, if they go off of... If things are going steadily, right? It's about a 7-year difference. So 2 more years. The
and that might be why they're starting to cut off the 4, is that they know the 6 is on its way in, and so they don't want to have 3 systems going.
Can you imagine if they had the 6 out and they were still making 4 games? Like, wow. People really have to wonder why they're getting the 6.
The 3 came out November 11th. The 4 came out, I think, November 16th. And the 5 came out November 12th, which is my birthday. So in 2 years, when we're famous, if the audience wants to gift me a PS6, no, and if we're not famous in 2 years, in 9 years, if you're watching this and we're famous, PS7 is probably just coming out around my birthday.
I mean, look at it this way. If we aren't famous, then we need that someone to buy it for us even more.
Yeah.
Steve's going to need that PS6. I'm probably not going to get one. I'm not planning to today anyway. So, like, he's going to be the one who can tell us, oh, yeah, this PS6 game's great. I'm going to be like, psh, guess so. I don't know. But, so help him out. Help him out. He needs... Come on, guys. We could be poor by then.
Poorer.
Yeah, excuse me. Yeah, it's going to be hard to find a plug-in on the cardboard box, but we'll figure it out. It'll be okay. Any more news for you?
I don't think so.
Yeah. All right. I got a couple little pieces of news. Okay. I really think this is going to be the last one, guys. The obligatory Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. This is going to be quick.
Is it not out yet?
It's not out yet, but it has gotten into the hands of reviewers. On Metacritic, it is sitting at a 64. Not great. Just overview, really brief overview. The actors in it are really good, but the game is very repetitive and it's very stylish, but also very hollow feeling. So, bummer. Makes me kind of sad. Also kind of glad because now I won't be as tempted to buy it. But that's too bad. I really wanted this game to be at least good, even though it's not what people expected, just so that IP would still seem healthy. So I'll have to hope that somewhere down the road someone else picks it up and does a better job, because it's a really cool world, but it's also a cool world that relies heavily on storytelling, more so than a lot of others do. And if you can't bring that to the table with your games, you don't see what's good about it. So too bad. Maybe someday they'll do some kind of updates that'll fix it. You know, like I'm being really optimistic. Like when No Man's Sky came out like 7 or 8 years ago, and everyone was like, "This is boring and dull," and now it's like, because they kept updating it for whatever 7-8 years now it's like, this game is amazing. Come on. I don't think it's gonna happen, but it's a nice lot, right? Someone else pick up this IP, please, and make a good game out of it. Don't care. Larian, they're not using it for Baldur's Gate anymore for some goddamn reason. Make a cool vampire game.
Well, I think they're making the next Pathfinder.
Make a cool vampire game.
Maybe there'll be vampires in Pathfinder.
Can I have a controversial take here?
When don't you?
Good question. Pac-Man on the Atari 2600 is fine. No, that's not it though. Pathfinder, I have a lot of trouble with because and please someone tell me if I'm wrong because I would love to be wrong. Every time I see that name, I don't have respect for it because at least initially when it came out, they're like, hey, we're releasing D&D 3.5 rules. We're sticking our name on it and changing a couple things. I could do that. Everyone could do that. It's like, you didn't work on it. They did. Obviously, they made a world, but I feel like you didn't. I don't know. I kind of just, I don't know, Pathfinder, man. I have trouble with it. I should get over it, but I can't. It upsets me. Am I wrong? Please tell me if I'm wrong, because if I'm wrong, I have no problem getting over this. But
are you getting Vampire?
No, unless it becomes very cheap at some point, then I might. But I'm not going to pay $60 for that if it's that bad.
I do have news.
Okay, you're going to give me $60 to buy Vampire?
No.
Damn it, dude.
Oh, it's $60.
Okay.
Vinny's birthday is today.
Are you going to get Vampire?
The day that we're filming. And he got a Switch 2 for his birthday. And
Has he opened it yet?
oh yeah, we opened it Friday
Oh, nice.
because I knew that because he was having friends over Saturday
Oh, yeah.
that I didn't want him to open it during that,
Yeah.
and then I'd have to spend the whole time transferring everything.
Yeah, it takes a little
So
time.
I knew that would probably take time. So I got that set up, and I did play the Knockout Tour
Oh.
for Mario World.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called? Mario Kart World. And I got 4th place
Good job.
on my first attempt. And I played the cow on
Oh.
the cutie scooter.
Nice.
Because that's what I was told to do.
Cow's pretty OP, I hear. I don't know if that's true. I'm just making this up.
Yeah. But I got 4th. I think Vinny got 1st.
Wow, go Vinny.
And someone else got 2nd or 3rd. But one person from our group got knocked out. So I got beat by a computer and 2 other humans. But I was surprised that I even made it to the last race portion.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good job. It's awesome. You're this close to being a champion.
Yeah.
You will be one day. I can feel it.
I didn't have the golden mushrooms. So what would happen is I was in first quite a bit, right?
Mm.
And I don't know, like right when we get close to that knockout thing, it just went bananas. And then I'd drop like to almost out or just out. And then I'd hit like a golden mushroom and then I'd be like, da, 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 da. And I'd like barely make it into the cut.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I didn't like the knockout tour when you had, so you do like, and I couldn't even tell, honestly, because I didn't play any of the regular maps or anything, but apparently you do like a 1 lap and then you have to travel to the next place. And while you're traveling to the next place, you're actually on a road where cars are like coming at you. And I'm like, there's got to be a better route than this because the cars would just get in the way. And they're crazy cars too.
I'd be kind of crazy too. Weird, like animals and stuff were driving carts at me. Probably wouldn't be driving normal anymore. All right, my last piece of news. I think a few episodes ago I talked about how Atari was coming out with their souped up Atari 2600 thing that could play like the 5200 and 7800 and all that stuff, and it looks all fancy. It was expensive, but I think they decided, why stop there? Why just release our old systems when we could also release someone else's old systems? They're coming out with the Intellivision Sprint, which is a remake of the Intellivision, which was the 2600's competition back in the day. It has an HDMI out, so you can connect to current TVs. It has 45 games built in, so you don't have to buy separate cartridges, which is a bonus over what they're doing with their souped up Atari 2600. It has a USB-A input, so you can play other games through it. So I'm assuming they're saying, hey, go ahead and download Intellivision ROMs and stick it in there and do it, I guess. And it has wireless controllers. The controllers do match the old one, so it has like the weird knob thing on the top and then the number pad. All the games that it comes with, if they had the little layover things that go over the number pad, so you know what the buttons do for that game. It has those in there as well. The television was a weird system. And the cost for that is $150. This still seems expensive.
It comes with 45 games.
Yeah, but I mean, they're in television. I mean...
It's not as bad as the...
No, it's better than the Atari 600 one they're doing. But also, smaller library overall. Better graphics than the Atari, but we're still not as good as like the NES though. So, I don't know. If I was like super into television, I guess I could see it being cool. It looks pretty much like the Intellivision did. They didn't like dramatically change the look, but yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a neat idea. I'm not going to get one. I only played the Intellivision once. There was someone in our neighborhood that had it, but he was like a few years older than me, so we didn't really hang out very much. But God, I'm sorry you're so bored of the Intellivision, dude. Jesus Christ. This is probably before you were born. We didn't television. Anyway, that's what it is. So, I mean, if you haven't played the games, you can go look at them and see if any of them look exciting enough for you. That $150 is worth it. It's too bad there is no way to play those games unofficially through other means. Can't be done. So, wink, wink, wink. But there it is. That's what they're coming out with. So, interesting. If you like it, cool. Go for it. I'm not planning to get one, but there it is.
I think $150 is reasonable. If
Yeah.
you want the system.
It's not horrible.
games.
It's better than the 2600 one because you don't have to pay for each game individually and extra controllers, that sort of stuff. So, yeah, it's all right. I'm still not going to get one, but it's all right. If I ever see it like at a thrift shop for way cheaper than that, maybe because it'd be kind of interesting to have, but probably not because I don't have the space for it. I'll have to think about this, guys. I'll let you know if I ever get one. Episode 463. We'll talk about it. That's my theory. Okay, on to the game, right?
Okay. The game. Harvest. What was it called? I remember what it's called.
You played Sailor Moon. That what? Oh.
No, it's the long final
The part
of the
after
title.
Harvest
Yeah.
Moon.
Yeah.
Harvest Moon Friends of Mineral Town. This was released for the Game Boy Advance April 18th, 2003. Then it said there was a remake. It didn't say for what, but there was a remake in October 17th of 2019. Developed by Marvelous Interactive. Published by Marvelous Interactive. Producer Yasuhiro Wada. And then designer Miki Miyagi. It's from the Harvest Moon series. Surprise. Oh, here it is. Remade for Nintendo Switch, Microsoft Windows, Xbox One, and the PlayStation 4.
Hey.
There you go. I have the How Long to Beat. The main story is about 27 hours. The main plus extra is 53 hours, and completionist is 99 hours. I assume go even way beyond that, because Harvest Moon you can pretty much play forever. Metacritic has an 81. The user score is a 7.6. IGN had an 8.9 out of 10. So latest critic reviews, Edge Magazine given 80. Said, excellent. The rhythms of the day quickly become second nature and hypnotically absorbing. There are never enough hours in the day. That was January 2004. I do feel like there's never enough hours in the day.
That is true.
In both games and real life.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
In March of 2004, Games TM gave it an 80. Friends of Mineral Town is an absorbingly deep and enjoyable game, even if it does turn out to be a little more than a 2D remake of PlayStation's Harvest Moon Back to Nature. It's like a backhanded compliment right there.
Yeah.
And then GBA Central, I'll give them 80s. Despite the language translation problems and the fact that the gameplay will eventually grow tiresome, Friends of Mineral Town provides one of the longest, most involving, and addictive experiences to be released on the Game Boy Advance so far.
Amazing. Could you list all the games that came out before this?
Nope.
Okay. Some, though. Some did.
Some did. And others didn't.
Yeah, some did not yet come out.
Some came later.
Yeah.
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 So
I still have yet to come.
Maybe.
have either of you played Harvest Moon games prior to this?
I have not.
It might be the one that Aaron made. I don't remade. I played one on the PlayStation, I think. I don't know which one, and I didn't play very much. I'll get into why later, but just a little bit.
Yeah. I believe when I first played it, it was for, it was Harvest Moon 64. I think that was the first time I played it, and I really enjoyed it. It was my first, like, farming simulator game, and I did like the N64 controller as it had a lot of buttons. So a lot more than the Game Boy Advanced.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we will talk about that, why that might have been a reason why I liked it. But yeah, what do you guys think of this game?
So I enjoyed it. There was definitely some, we'll get into details later, but there's definitely some frustrating parts with the game. But I enjoyed it enough that it makes me want to play other Harvest Moon games.
That's good. That's a good sign. This game started for me a lot like the PlayStation 1. I think it was PlayStation 1 did, that I stopped playing pretty early. Or I got into it, I'm like, I don't have time to do anything. I can't accomplish anything. It feels like it's going to take forever until I can accomplish anything. This is tedious and kind of stressful because the time runs out. I don't want to do this anymore. And that's why I stopped playing the PS1 one. And this one started the same way. You know, it's like I'm broke. I don't have time. I'm constantly working. And that is real life. That's real life. I do that all the time. And that stresses me out. I was like, this is not, I don't get it. But it's a game where things start to ramp up for you. You start getting better at stuff. You start getting more income. And you start feeling like you can actually accomplish something. To the point where, like, I can accomplish these things, but I still don't have time. How am I going to do that? So there's a bit of time management going on. But that being said, I ended up really liking it quite a lot. It was, this is the first game where I had this problem. So I was up there as editing our No Mercy video, and I do it in bed. I've got a tray table and my laptop on there, and had the little handheld I would play on it next to my laptop. And I'd be editing, and I'd keep looking over at the handheld and be like, okay. And then I'd get to a part, okay, well, I'm going to stop at this chunk, and I'm just going to go and play a day. And so I'd do that, and then I'd go back to editing, and immediately be like, glancing down at that handheld again and be like, I could do like a little more though. I probably could get
it's
this
definitely
done
a game
in
that's
time.
really easy to go one more day.
So I think I know I ended up liking it and finding it addictive, but I was trying to remember, guys, and it's been a long time. Is this basically Farmville but with townspeople? Like, is it, because you plant something, you have to wait a while. You do something, you have to wait a while. Like, you can't, like...
There's definitely a lot of similarities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, this is better than that, obviously.
Right.
I like the town folk being around, but...
Well, Farmville was the farming simulator portion of it. But it was more so just to make a farm. And that was all you could do, really, is farms and trees and decorate, right? And it was just a quick phone game to kill time.
Right.
Whereas this does have a story behind it, and there are stories that you can unlock throughout the game, depending on who you talk to, and I think you can romance in this game.
Yeah.
Romance in most of them. So that's the difference between that. Yeah. Farmville was just like a clicky game on your phone. Which I also got addicted to. But.
Yeah, I did too at the time. Yeah, there's like various women in town that when you talk to them, their little picture will have like a little gray pulsating heart because they're dead inside until they fall in love with you. And I assume that turns red as you impress them more. I'm assuming that's what that is. It's an indicator.
Obviously didn't impress them very well.
No, I didn't. No, I was spending too much time with my horse, and that sounds weird. We'll put it that way. I was trying to make the horse love me. Somebody gave me a horse, and if I made him happy, by the time the guy came back to get his horse, I would get to keep the horse. So I spent 800 very precious coins or whatever on a brush because I guess my petting isn't gonna. Can we talk about something else? I didn't romance anyone. I didn't romance anybody.
Except the horse.
Except the horse.
Did you try to romance any of them?
I talked to them. That should be enough. I got a great personality. No, you can buy them gifts and stuff, but I never did because I'm like, I'm trying to buy a chicken.
Yeah.
This is
I
not
got money for you.
This is I need
You
that.
could
to
go out and
survive.
get flowers that didn't cost you anything.
Free flowers.
How do
from
you
the
do that?
mountains.
Wait, I thought you just picked them up and then you threw them down on the ground.
You pick them up and then you carry them to them, and
You carry them over your head to them and then fling them at them?
or you come up in your backpack.
I feel
your
like that.
backpack.
I thought they'd think I was challenging them to a duel.
Did
Yeah,
you?
no, like if you're carrying it and then just talk to them, it automatically gives it to them.
I didn't know. Well, see, I don't know how to.
flower.
I don't know how to talk to girls.
No,
You can't sell. You can't sell the flower.
yeah,
Realize that.
Yeah, I tried that.
yeah. The flowers are only for trying to woo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you guys start out making money? Like, what was your path to start getting some coins?
I think you just tried to forage and then sell what I foraged. There was some like honey that you could get in the beginning, and I think you started off with some money.
You start with like
Start some,
500.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta get going somehow.
And that what pissed me off is, so you went through the story and you find out, you're some kid and you got lost because your parents aren't paying attention to you on their vacation. And apparently they wanted to show you the countryside, and you wander onto a farm with some old guy that's about to die. And then he offers your family to stay there for a bit. And then you take to the farm, I guess. And so he's like, I don't have any kids. You can have my farm, which is like a curse because, the farm it's not what it used to be.
No.
That's for sure.
Like by the time you inherit the farm, it's desolate.
He ain't got nothing.
Like rocks in his fields and logs and all kinds of junk.
Yeah. Which you have to, litter into the river apparently to get rid of them. Like, it was weird because, I don't know. So there wasn't, I felt like there wasn't like a huge tutorial on like buying and stuff. But like the first day, you start on a Monday. The first day, I thought, oh, I'm going to be like clearing my field.
Right.
I'm going to be looking around. So I like cleared my field when I should have been buying seeds.
Yeah.
Because apparently they're fucking closed on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And
The hell is that?
because like day 2, I was like, oh, I'm ready to start. And I go up to the sign and I'm like, and I figured it would open at 9:00 because that's what, normal opening times. Nope. Closed on Tuesday. And I'm like, well, this sucks because I not only walked up here, but I kind of walked until 9:00 to get here.
Yeah.
And it was closed.
Wasted yesterday doing.
Right. So I was like, so that kind of made me mad for a bit, and I didn't play for a while, and then I eventually got back into it. But yeah.
Did you find, okay, it has to be coincidence. Like I can't imagine they actually somehow planned it this way. Whenever it was a day where it's like, okay, I've done other stuff on other days. Today's the day I need to go to the store and replenish my seeds or whatever. It's always Tuesday. Every goddamn time this is the day I will need to go to the store. Oh, it's Tuesday. Every time. I don't understand how that's possible. Other days I'm like, okay, well, I'm just going to plant. I'm going to, water my things and I'm going to talk to people and I'm going to do some mining, whatever. I didn't want to go to the store those days. As soon as it's a day I want to go to the store, it's Tuesday. Every time.
You got to plan better.
No. They need to open on my schedule. No, but I started...
Tuesday's just a strange day to be off.
It is. I started making money by mining because there's a mine you can go to and break rocks, and then you can get various kinds of ores. Sometimes you get a black herb, which don't take that. It increases your stamina, but also it increases your fatigue, so you still get tired faster. So I don't know what the stamina is for. Confusing, but not eventually all that helpful. And so you can break the rocks and get ore. And then I found out that if you like till the land inside of the cave, you can find a stairway down, and the further you go down, the more valuable stuff you can find. Like eventually I get to like the 3rd floor down and you can start getting gold kind of frequently. Eventually I think you can get gems, but I don't understand because everything you do, every action you take tires you out some. And so by the time you've tilled the land, to find the stairs and gone down and done it again and done it again, like you're running out of energy. And then you still want to be able to mine when you get down there because otherwise there's no point. That mine supposedly has 100 levels. How? How can you possibly do this? Like, there are some food items, I guess, that give you energy, although I can never afford to do that. But
your time's still going in the mine, right?
No, when you're inside,
okay.
the time stops, which is good. But I don't understand how you could possibly get down there, why having 100 floors would ever be necessary. Like, I just don't even... And what are you pulling up by the time you get to the 100th floor? Like, entirely new farms with, like... I want to pull up some farm workers. I want to mine and find a farm worker in a rock, because that's what I really wanted. I want to be like, you're the watering man. You go do that. Like, I needed to hire people.
Yeah. I think the biggest strain for me is I was kind of excited for this game because I had played Harvest Moon before, and I was playing a lot of Stardew Valley recently, but I think the mechanics of Stardew Valley are so much more advanced. Obviously, it's a newer game and stuff like that. Like they made it perfect. So going back to another farming simulator that's just not quite.
Yeah, sometimes going back to older versions can be rough. So I focused on growing. So I decided to walk around town on the first day. So I did discover the shop before Tuesday. And so I just, because I was just like, well, like what's going on? So, and then, yeah, I just started with I can't remember if I had enough money to buy one of each seed. I think I had close to that. I bought the first two seeds, the two cheapest seeds at least, and got those started. And then I bought grass before I had any livestock to eat the grass. So what's nice is that some of the crops, once you get them going, you don't have to rebuy the seeds. And so they just kind of, you still have to water them, but they'll just keep regrowing, where there's other crops that you have to rebuy the seeds once you harvest.
There's ones that, well, I've only experienced the one kind of plant that'll regrow itself. It's a cucumber. Those take forever to grow. Is that always the case?
It takes forever for them to start growing. Once they grow, and it depends on the season. In fall, there's like summer has, I believe they have 2 that will regrow. Fall definitely has 2 that regrow, and they're a little bit quicker crops. Once you get your first harvest, it doesn't take as long for them to regrow. So it gets a little quicker.
Okay. Good. Because I was like, come on, cucumbers, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, the cucumbers were I feel like the cucumbers were the longest. I could be wrong, but they were definitely
better sell for more if they take longer, that's for sure.
Yeah. I never went and like tried to figure out like what everything was selling for, because I usually had like different things that they're on the box. I'm like, I don't want to try to figure this out and divide it up.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming they sold for a good amount.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Did either of you get animals?
I tried to buy chicken. It said it was open. I went and I talked to her, and she's like, I'm sick. I need herbs. I'm like, well, fucking sell me a chicken and buy some herbs. Dummy. Fuck. So, no, I tried, but she wouldn't sell me a chicken because she's too sick.
No, I focus more on like exploring I in the mines a little bit, and then just the normal farming. Yeah. I feel like, I don't know. And I was trying to use the same strategy that I use for Stardew Valley. And maybe that was a mistake. But I usually focus on crops, and then like on days that I don't have to water because it rains. Yeah. Then I would go to the mines, and then the animals kind of come later because they tend to be expensive. So I didn't even look. Go ahead.
You get frustrated.
I feel like once you got the animals, it really sped things up. Because it's like I only purchased 1 chicken, but then what I did, because like as long as your chickens are healthy, they'll lay 1 egg per day. And so I would take like the first egg I got, I put in the incubator so I could get another chicken going, and then that it took a few days for the chicken to hatch, and then it would take like a week or 2 for it to become a full chicken to start laying eggs itself. But I kind of did that cycle where I would incubate an egg, and then until that second chicken was fully grown up, I would sell off the other ones and then start the process over again. So I ended up getting like 4 chickens fairly fast. I don't know how much the eggs sold for, but it was nice because, you know, when you're harvesting, you're not harvesting every day, but the eggs were a constant everyday income. So
Gotcha. That makes sense. What drove me nuts in this game, I mean, it was okay. I got kind of used to it, but it never stopped being kind of annoying. Is like, so I'd go mine, right? And you have a limited amount of inventory space, especially at the beginning. Like, you can buy things to increase it, but like, you have a tool section and you have like the other stuff section. And so like, there'll be 3 spots, and one of them is what you're holding in your hand, basically, and the other 2 are just like lingering in your inventory. So like, really, when you go mining, you're gonna get like 2 chunks of ore, probably. And then you can go to your little box. This is where you sell things. You put everything in the box, and the guy comes and picks up at 5. So you go over there, and you have to hit a button to choose what kind of menu you want to go into. So you choose your bag. You choose your bag. You have to go over, pick the ore to move it to your hand. Then you have to back out a couple times and then hit the button to like put it in the box. It's like 5 or 6 button presses to put a rock in a box.
yeah.
Good God. Why? Why can't I just like,
That was my biggest complaint about the game, or my biggest issue with the game, was that system. And especially like if I got seeds, I like wasted a bunch of seeds because as I was backing out, because like the backup button and planting the seeds is the same button. So sometimes I would back out and then I'd hit that button one too many times, and so then I would throw away the seeds, basically.
Yeah. Yep.
I wasted a bunch of seeds at first because like each bag of seeds will cover like a 3x3 plot, right? But what I didn't know how that worked. So the first time I went to the top right corner one. I sprinkled seeds and it covered 2 squares. I was like, well, that's not going to work. I didn't know you had to stand right in the middle, and apparently just flings them straight up in the air, I guess, and they just fall all around them, and that's how you...
Have you never planted before?
I've never planted. I kind of thought you went to the spot you were planting things, and you put the seed where you're planting
like
them.
every other game.
And then you move to another spot where you're also going to plant things, because that's how fucking reality works. No, you have to stand in the middle of it and press the button, and then... So I was getting 2 seeds, basically, for the 9 I should have had. And I was like, well, this is stupid and ridiculously expensive, and that's probably why I started off on such a crappy start, because I'm like, it's gonna take a month to fill 1 3x3 square.
I saw in the tutorial told you to stand in the middle.
Hey, listen, there was a lot in that tutorial, and I didn't have time to figure all that out. Listen, they needed to have a printout on my machine so that I could reference it while I'm doing it. And if they can't do that, then their tutorial is inefficient, ineffective, and useless.
Yeah.
Thank you, Steve.
Yeah, it was. I felt like the tediousness was ridiculous in the beginning. Because you start with, well, first of all, I don't recall them telling you where the tools were. Did they tell you where the tools were?
I don't think so.
She told me where the tools were.
And I told you because he told us.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And
Okay.
I only found out because I was like, do I have to go buy tools? And then I like went into my house and saw that there was like a chest there, and I'm like, oh, what's in this? Like, what is this? Is this just a piece of furniture, or is this something I can do? And so I walked over to it, and I'm like, oh, there's tools. Cool. There's like 5 tools. Great. I can hold 3 of them. And I was like, well, I don't need a watering can right now because I don't have any crops. And so I took like the axe and the hammer, and then I couldn't figure out I had to look up some stuff, and I looked up and I was able to switch through the tools, but I wasn't really able to switch through the items, the regular item stuff. And of course I'm like trying to figure stuff out, and I'm like an axe murderer through town because I'm like, what button do I push? And I'm an axe. Like, thank God you can't kill people.
I know.
But like,
I didn't manage to hurt my dog with like using the hoe because the dog was next to me, and like
Did it make that ouchie noise?
Yeah.
Oh God, that's horrifying.
yeah.
and then what else? Like the items, like I looked at an item and it was like, first of all, in Stardew Valley, you can sell anything. In Harvest Moon, not so much. So like once you got something and you had to like either store it or give it to somebody or throw it on the ground or in the river. But it was just like, I don't know. I'm like having to, like you said, go to my backpack, switch stuff around because you only get 3 items. And then there was one that was like, if you eat this, you get energy. And I'm like, cool. I don't see. Did you guys figure out energy? I didn't see like an energy bar.
It doesn't tell you, I don't
Yeah.
think. You have to.
I
It's
didn't
only
see
by
an
like,
energy bar. Like, I think my emulator was also kind of broken. Like, I couldn't eat.
Okay.
I
I couldn't figure out how to eat either. And I was like, and I guess I could have looked it up, but I was trying to do it as much as part of the game, like without looking it up. And so I was like, oh, I can eat this. What's the eat button? Throw it on the ground. Great. That's awesome. And then I felt like I wish there was, and maybe you found one. I couldn't find like a mini map. I had to like go into the start menu, look at the map, see where I was, and then exit out and then kind of go that way. But like I don't know, like your farm is pretty big and there's only like one exit out of it. Well, 2 exits. There's one on the bottom, but that goes not to town. And then the town map is like an E, and I don't think it's like a square. I'm not positive. I can't remember. Exactly.
Yeah, it does.
It does go around?
Yeah.
Okay. But they put like the 2 things that you need. The animal shop is like you go up and down, all the way down the first one here. And then the seed shop is like all the way up like to the 3rd street and then down all the way like almost the farthest thing away. And by the time, if you wake up at 6 and you walk all the way there, it's like 8 in the morning by then. So like a lot of the days I spent just figuring out like how long it takes to get places, because it's very important when, and I swear he said like, oh no, I thought he was saying you had to be home by 5, but he picks up his stuff
he
by
picks
5.
up
Yeah,
stuff
okay.
at 5.
Did you guys ever try to stay out all night? Did you pass out?
I didn't try. No, I
didn't either.
Because I ran out of things to do. I'm like, well, if I do any more, I'm too exhausted. I'm just going to collapse. And then you oversleep if you actually collapse when you do go to bed. And
you'll oversleep if you're out too late too.
Oh, I mean, that makes sense.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Like there was, most of the time I was going to bed around 10 or 11. There's a few times where I was out till like 1.
Wow. I think 11's like the latest I went. And then there was a couple nights where I'm like, there's nothing else for me to do. I'm going to go to bed at 6. I guess. I can't do anything else. So, it's weird.
But the having to like grab a thing, walk over, put it in the thing.
Yeah.
I did end up buying the basket, which is, it took me a little while to figure out how to use the basket. But the basket is nice because you basically you can carry that around with you, put it on the ground, and then you put your items just into the basket, and it has unlimited hold.
Oh, wow.
It was like 30, I heard. Did you get past that?
I wasn't keeping count.
Oh,
it
felt unlimited.
It said.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
The thing that I read.
Well, I just Googled. Who knows what the Google thing I looked up.
So I don't know, maybe, but
who knows?
Like you can even take it to the mines with you. So like, you know, so like I never like dug to find the stairs, but I would take it to the mines and then mine all the rocks that were on that first level.
Yeah, that's good. It's a good way to get some extra money if you can't do anything with your seeds right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's expensive. It's like $5,000.
That and the it's not a satchel. What do they call it? The bag, rucksack.
Yeah,
that's really good too because it expands your regular inventory as well, so you can carry more of your tools at once. So you can just swap them out easier.
Yeah, it spans both the tools and the items.
Both of those are really big.
You said the basket. I'm not sure if it caught. You said the basket was 5,000.
Yeah.
I need to go into making baskets.
Yeah.
Screw this farm.
Yeah.
I'll make baskets.
Be a basket. that's where the money is.
One of the things that bothered me, like, I don't know if you guys ever got to the point where you were upgrading your tools or not.
I did one.
The thing that bothered me about upgrading the tools is that it didn't always like really tell you what you got when you upgrade your tools. Like the axe and the hammer are kind of obvious, and
yeah, you get to chop down the stump.
But like the watering can, like it didn't tell you what you got by upgrading the watering can, And so like I thought like, oh, maybe I'll cover a bigger area so I can get that middle section that never gets watered once the plants start actually growing in. No, it just increases the amount of water you can carry, so you don't have to go refill as often.
Oh, what?
Which isn't actually that helpful because it still takes, like, watering still affects your stamina the same, so you run out of your stamina, it's like
saves you a little time.
Yeah.
A little time. Which, I mean, that's not nothing, but honestly, like, so, these aren't necessarily my final thoughts, but, like, I really like the game, but I want to see if there's, like, a fan mod out there that makes time go, like, the clock time go slower and your endurance to be more, because I'm like, God, I wear out so quick and time goes by so fast. Like, it drives me nuts. And I know they probably balance it. This is how they wanted it to be. But I'm like, man, if I had a little more leeway in this, it would be so much more enjoyable for me. It'd feel much more of like the cozy game that these games kind of are, because I could be more chill about it instead of being like, oh God, I got to run over here and do this thing real fast. I hope I can get there in time. Like that is really the main thing that bothered me over the button press. I could get used to the button presses. I get it. It's like on a system with not many buttons. I can deal with it. But like the game thing where like I get tired out so fast and the time goes by so quick that, yeah. If there's a fan mod, I'll
well, even if there was just, it showed you your stamina bar,
right,
so that you could eat or whatnot. But like when your inventory is so low, like how are you going to even carry food around to eat?
Yeah. I don't know.
Did you guys do any of the festivals or anything in town?
No, I had work to do.
Party.
I missed the first few, but then I got to the point where I got my day down to a system, and like with the animals, you can let them out of their cage, like their housing for the day, and like with the cows and sheep, if you have grass, if you let them out during the day, then you don't actually have to feed them their feed. The chickens, you still have to feed them their feed, but like I got to the point where like I'm like, okay, if there's a festival or something in town that I need to do, I'll leave the animals in their containers because it takes a while to corral them back inside, and then I was able to go to the festivals. Some of them were really weird. I think the first one that I went to, it was basically cockfighting. Like it was their chicken festival, and you took one of your chickens and you were fighting other chickens. That's
disturbing.
Yeah.
What a dark side to this cozy little town.
Yeah.
Wow.
So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, it's like the time run during the festivals too.
Yeah. Yes and no. Like, so what happened is that like the festivals would be like, a lot of times they were from like 10 to 6. And on days that there were festivals, the guy wouldn't come and pick up. So it didn't really affect having to be done by 5 or whatever. And you could get there a little late. I'm not sure. I was never there right on time. I think I would like leave my farm at 10 to get there at, like at 10:30 or something like that. And so you would basically participate in the festival, and then when you leave, you're magically be back at your house. And I'm like, oh, that was fun. And then it'd be like
that's how it is in other games too.
Okay.
Then it would be 6 o'clock or whatever time it ended, right? Yeah.
That also made me mad because I would want to go shopping, and it happened to be a festival day, and like they're all closed. I'm like, you are not selling me seeds that I need to keep my farm going because you want to watch a cockfight. Honestly, what's wrong with these people? Do your jobs.
You should have kept like a schedule, like when everything was open and closed.
Yeah, I think the festivals also like kind of affected like your courtship.
Probably
because like before the festival, like it was kind of one of those things that law games do, where you basically trigger the start of the festival, and they'll ask if you're ready or not, and so you can go around and talk to everybody, all the townspeople, and then tell them that you're ready to start the festival.
So like, if you take your chicken to one of these cockfights, one of the girls might be really impressed by your chicken.
Yes.
Interesting. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't have time for women.
Work.
I was too busy working my ass off and still
trying not to pass out.
Seriously.
You're focusing on the wrong things.
Feeding myself? I can't feed this woman too.
Maybe
No.
maybe if you romanced her, she'd do a little work around the
Maybe
farm.
she would. And you know what? That's the only reason I want to have a kid too, because those are expensive. Get out there and work, little kid.
Well, that's why I was trying to woo the daughter of the shop and the daughter of the chicken farm.
Two-timer.
Chicken sellers.
Wow.
I was trying to see
Pretty
which one would go.
Impressive.
Yeah,
Now, once you're married, can you still woo the other woman? That's what I want to know.
probably not.
Yeah, probably not. I found out this game doesn't end necessarily.
No.
Like theoretically, like
None of those really do.
like you have to kind of create your own ending. So like I was saying, some people are like, oh, when you get married and have a kid and the kid grows up to be taller, that's when they consider they've been it. Or when you've upgraded everything, or like, you know, you have to create your own ending if you want to have an ending, but you could just play this forever, I guess, if you want to.
Yeah.
Well,
And
the thing that I appreciate about these games is that there are so many different ways that you can play it as.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like all three of us, like you two kind of played it a little bit more similar to each other than I did, but like all three of us played it a little differently.
Yeah.
And so I appreciate that there's multiple ways to play these kind of games.
Well, in this one, because it was like Mineral Town, they introduced the mines, because I remember in the 64 version, it was literally just town and
that makes sense.
and farm. So there's a lot less to do, which probably was less overwhelming for me as a kid,
Yeah.
I would say. But I think the problem was I just kept comparing it to Stardew Valley, and I know the button functions of Stardew Valley, and I know like the rhythm of Stardew Valley, and it just wasn't the same.
Yeah.
Right. Makes sense.
I haven't played that one either, so
Yeah,
I
I just barely touched it.
I was basically comparing it to Farmville, so I was like, hey, this is good.
Yeah. So I guess that kind of goes into what do you think? How do you think it holds up and replayability and such?
I think it's still fun. Like, I kept wanting to play it. Like, I kind of want to start over so I don't throw my seeds into the useless dirt. I've been thinking about doing it. I like it, but I have not having played Stardew Valley, it's hard for me to say, but I'm sure these types of games have improved. I like that. And tell me if I'm wrong. Stardew Valley, you can actually go and like fight creatures if you want to, right?
Yeah, there is
So I keep thinking like, okay, do I want to like play this still, or should I start Stardew Valley, or see what Sunhaven's about, or even like Square's Harvestella, I think has farming and fighting. Like, would that be more fun, or do I like this more pure just farming thing, and then I can go play Doom or whatever when I want to fight? I don't know. I think it's all right. Like, I don't think it's bad, but it's getting past these way too many button presses. That's either going to drive you nuts, or you can deal with it, and that's just going to depend on the person. I am okay with it, but I don't like it.
I'd be curious though to see like the remake, because I feel like since there is a remake, there's obviously even if you don't progress to a different game like Stardew Valley, there's at least like a better version of this game out there.
Yeah.
And I know that there's tons more Harvest Moons past this.
Yeah. As I said at the beginning, like this game made me want to try some of the other Harvest Moons because like the few issues that I did have with this game, like I still enjoyed this game, but it's just one of those things where I'm like, okay, now I'm curious to see if the few issues that I do have with this game have been fixed in the other versions.
Yeah, I'm much more open to this farming idea, because I kept thinking, like, I know Stardew Valley is supposed to be good, but I don't know, man. Farming, I'm not sure. But, you know, I might give it a try. And those other ones I mentioned, I think Rune Factory is a farming thing.
They're coming out with like a Pokemon farming.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, with a...
You're a Ditto.
Yeah, Ditto, thank you. Yeah, so... Because it's addictive. It really is.
And it's easy to pick up. Like, you could do a day.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't time it how long a day was, but I know in Stardew Valley it's like 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah,
I think probably about 10 minutes in this one. So
yeah. So yeah, it is easy to do, and that's why it's so easy to be like, oh, I'll just do one more day. It won't take that long. It's a weird one. I think it's still fun to play, and that's just, I think it's aged well, but also I know there's a ton of other more modern options that
And that's the hard part about like I don't know, Harvest Moon, I feel like it doesn't have like a huge story to it. So whether you play Harvest Moon 64 or this one or even the newer one, you're gonna get a similar story every single time. And so why would you play an older one versus the newer one?
Mm-hmm.
As far as the Harvest Moon series in general goes, I think there is replayability because you can play like the first year and then you'll be like, oh, I know the strategy now. I'll restart it. Now I'm going to optimize this run through.
Yeah.
And now I know kind of what to do and stuff like that. And like gameplay, like you guys are saying, it goes on forever. So you can keep your story as long as you want. I don't know as much about Harvest Moon past the first couple of years, but I know like in Stardew Valley, probably with Harvest Moon too, the festivals, you said you missed a few, right? But they happen every year.
Yeah.
And what if you didn't have a chicken the first time the chicken festival comes around? Well, that's something to look forward to the next year.
Yeah.
All right.
You know, so
I don't know if I can say that we're all on this, like, it ages well or not. It's kind of a weird one.
I think this game in particular, for the Game Boy Advance, I'd rather play it on a different system.
Yeah.
Is how I would leave it.
Yeah.
Did you look up the price?
I did.
Not. Okay.
Yep. If you want just the cartridge alone, this is $27. Not comparing it to other things current. That's not terrible. It's a few bucks less than it probably was new. If you want it complete in box, it's $85. If you want a brand new shrink wrapped, $267. Game Boy Advance games are kind of expensive when you get into like the RPG-ish ones, so it doesn't shock me. I would buy it for $27, probably. I don't, and I like having everything, but I don't know if I could justify $85 personally for it.
What's interesting is like the Game Boy Advance is an older handheld system. There's been plenty of handheld systems since then. So it's like, if you have a Game Boy Advance and you want to play this, it's cool. Yeah. But like I said, the remake's for the Switch. So
yeah, exactly. And there's might be unofficial ways to play this game. I couldn't tell you. I certainly didn't do that. So, But I understand. Some people like to have the physical thing. I actually prefer that too, but just storing that as a pain in the butt. But $27, okay. If I want a firing game on my Game Boy Advance, I think it's fine. Good price for that. But when you have a lot of other things at your disposal, I guess look around and see which one is going to suit you more. If there's one that's going to suit you more. Because probably there's some that'll be... I've gotten rid of some of the aggravations that are present in this one. Okay, so now's the point where we usually find out what game we're going to be playing next and then find out what kinds of games we're going to be bringing to pick from next time. But we've kind of decided that we're going to do a special episode next week. We're each going to be talking about our top 5 RPGs. And I think that's a good one because we all mentioned in that very first episode that we like RPGs, so we all have a good backlog of ones we enjoy.
Like RPGs.
You know, you're going to have to tell us your top 5 games you hate.
Okay.
That's fine. And I think it'll be fun. I'm curious to see if there's crossover or what have you. And since I feel like whenever a chance has come up to put an RPG-like game into our selection thing, they are often in there. So it'll give you kind of an idea of where our opinions are and what kind of RPGs we like, because I don't know if there are going to be a ton of similarities or differences or what have you. So it'll be kind of interesting to see. So that's coming next week, and next week is when we'll go ahead and do all of our picks for the following week.
Should be noted that we are going to keep them secret until we reveal them.
Yes.
So that way, I don't know. I think it'd be cooler that way.
Yeah.
I do too.
Just be more surprised.
Yep. I can only guess at what these two are going to put on their list. I don't know. I'm sure Dragon Force is number 1 on all of our lists.
Great.
That's our
now I have to remake.
It's arguably some people call it. I left out strategy games personally, so that will not be. That's my spoiler. We can eliminate that one from my list. I'm sure you guys will still have it though.
I'm going to predict that there's not going to be that much crossover.
You might be right. There's so many good RPGs out there. Like honestly, it's.
I think there might be some series that are crossovers, but I think the specific games are going to be different.
There might be series, but not the specific game.
Well, time will tell, and then we will find out exactly what modern retro in a modern setting game we're going to be playing, and we're going to find out what the next type of game we'll be picking from is. But it feels weird to end without having done that, but that's going to be it for this time. So make sure you come back and find out our top 5 RPGs, and you can yell at your YouTube or podcast machine.
How right or wrong they are.
Exactly. How right I am or how wrong they are. You can do that.
I think we need to start doing a poll.
Anyway, I'm just joking around. But yeah, so we will see y'all next time. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey baby, is that a carrot in your pocket? Because I'd like to chop it up and cook it in a stew.